Today's sponsors of Cloud Nutrition, Treadstone Security, and Warrington Group proudly present 4 rounds of boxing in the light heavyweight division. The sponsors sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control and inspectors ringside, Mark Lynch and Brian Scotland. Our timekeeper at the bell will be our monster, and our referee in charge and scoring the contest is Darren Sargentson. Ladies and gentlemen, the officials are ready, the boxers are in the ring, and they are ready. Are you ready for the action to start? Please welcome our fifth boxer. Tonight, he is boxing out of the blue corner. He is wearing the black shorts. He weighed in 12 stone, 12 pounds. He's taking part in his 38th professional contest from sunny Richard Harrison. Now please welcome his opponent, boxing out of the red corner. Today, he wears the silver shorts trimmed with black. He weighed in 12 stone, 18 pounds and 7 ounces. He has a professional record of 5 winnings, 2 defeats, 1 win by way of knockout. From Warrington, please welcome Danny Craven! And let's introduce the final instructions to both boxers.
So first up today we have Danny Craven versus Richard Harrison. I'm Jamal Nyers, joined by Sam Hyde. So the story going into this one is it's another tough test against a seasoned opponent for Danny Craven in his young career so far, isn't it, Sam?
Yeah, definitely. This lad, he's fighting, he's tough. He's no mug. Just had a look at his record quick, and he's only been stopped 6 times, 7 times?
Yeah, 7 times, and he's fought a member of your gym as well, Marcus Morrison, so
yeah,
obviously a familiar opponent around these areas, but Danny's all-action style, it's a great way to open a card like this, isn't it?
Definitely, for sure, and it'd be good to see Danny get a few wins and get back, fighting the big fights, the prospects and stuff, because I do like his style, when it comes to win every time.
And he's already going straight for the body.
Oh, nice shot.
Mixing
nice
up
body
levels.
Shot. Switch hitting as well.
I think the overhand is definitely a punch to be wary of when you're fighting Danny Craven. He's got serious power in those overhand rights.
Oh yeah, it's nice. Keeps throwing the right hand and left to the body. It's nice. I don't think he's wanting it to go the old way anyway.
But with Danny, he recovered from a 2-fight losing streak and he's now on a 2-fight win streak. But both of them went to a decision. Started off his career with a brutal first-round knockout.
Nice body shots.
And it seemed like he's going to try and get another finish on his record by the looks of this performance.
Looks that way. He obviously can't leave things to the judges, so. Nice job, nice body.
You can hear that body
nice
shot
body
again.
Shot.
Very little from Richard at the moment. How demoralising will it be for him at this stage of the fight? I know it's early, but to have landed so little, what will be going through your mind at this point if you were Richard?
Well, if it was Richard, I think with no disrespect to him, I think he's a bit of a journeyman. He's probably been in this position before, so
yeah,
he'll probably take his time, just try and not get it as much, and try and get out, unscratched. But he's taking a lot of shots. I'd probably be moving my feet if I was Richard.
Yeah,
a bit more. Because I'd noticed that Danny's looking to stop him right here in the first round for sure.
Is there anything you would say Danny could do better at this moment in time? Do you feel like maybe he shouldn't get too ahead of himself and fight with emotion, or do you think it's pretty much going to plan so far?
No, he's boxing well. But Richard's he's not really given too much room to think about, so he's started fast. It's nice. And
Danny's fought on 2 of the World Boxing Super Series cards, so to come from that to a card like this, how valuable is that experience fighting on the big stage?
Yeah,
at this point of his career,
massive, and I think with everything, confidence. It would have filled him with confidence, knowing that he can fight when he's in these big stadiums and in the big fights. So when he comes here, he won't take it for granted, but he'll be a bit more confident knowing he's got it.
And Richard showed a bit of aggression off the ropes just then, at the end of the round. That's got to give him a slight bit of confidence, even though Danny just smiled it off as if it was nothing. But at least he's made it a bit of a back and forth fight at the close of that round.
Oh, for sure. I think if I was Richard, I'd give him a bit more to think about. Otherwise, it's just like hitting a punch bag and he's just going to tee off on you. So he needs to give him something to think about, I think. You know, a lot of journeymen feint the jab and pretend they're going to unleash a big right hand. So you're there thinking, I've got to be careful here because of the right hand. But if they've just got the hands tight, you're just going to let hands go because you know nothing's coming back. So I think a few more feints from Richard because I'm sure he don't want to get stopped because he might be out.
And he's already marked up, as you can see, but that'll be nothing new to him. As you've said, he's been in a lot of these sorts of fights before. He's took damage time and time again, so it's probably just scar tissue. That's
for sure. And he might just be feeling a bit lazy on this Sunday morning, but maybe he should use his feet a bit more. Just for these few last 3 rounds, like.
Clear different in body language in the opening of this second round. Danny's got a spring in his step. Richard kind of doesn't look like he wants to be there.
Yeah. You see Danny's coming for a bit more defensively. Nice jabs.
What do you think the message was for Danny from Kieran?
Probably just not to get carried away. You're boxing well. Nice jabs downstairs, upstairs. Left hand, right, left up, right hands working every time. Just box nice. He's a tough guy. The stoppage isn't going to come if you force it.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. And at the moment, it doesn't look like he's forcing it at all. He feels like he's flowing very well. Everything's coming very naturally to him.
And that's where the stoppages come when you're not going for it.
He's switching between power and precision really well at the moment, Danny.
Yeah, he is. It's nice. Looks like he's just had a bit of cupping on his back as well. He's got the red marks.
Yeah, you can see.
A bit of physio. So
how beneficial is that from a fighter's perspective?
Very, to be honest. I had it yesterday, so I'll have them marks on my back. That's how I noticed it, but it's not affecting him at all. It's good that he's getting stuff like that done, you know. I've noticed straight away Richard's coming at him a bit more now to
he's headhunting a bit, isn't he?
Spoil his work a bit.
I mean, from his perspective, that might be the only way where he gets any success in the fight is if he goes on the front foot. But as I said, then he's landed a couple of shots there, but Danny shakes it off. Danny seems comfortable on the back foot as well, really, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. You know, to be honest, I think even though you said it's his all-action start, looks like he's quite confident on the back foot, you know, with his feet.
Ooh. That's a beautiful right hand.
Nice. The ref might step in here if he gets caught with another few.
That right hand is there all day for Danny.
Probably go downstairs now while he's thinking about getting hit to the head, go downstairs.
You can see the welts on the body of Richard as well. Not nice to see.
No, he is reddening up. I think as well a lot of fighters have that. You either got that skin or not. Sometimes you mark up, sometimes you don't. You know?
Very true.
He's got that skin where as soon as you hit his face, it's going red. Nice left up.
Seems like Richard's quite comfortable on the ropes, though. I think that's where his ideal scenario would be.
He's looking tired now, though. You know, I don't think he wants to.
Danny doubles up on his shots as well. If he finds success with that left hook, he throws it straight away again.
If he keeps going downstairs and come up the middle with an uppercut, because his arms are wide open, he's just trying to stop from getting hit by hooks. He's boxing well, though. Nice round from Danny Craven.
Another convincing round for Danny Craven there. Richard's taking big breaths in the corner as well. You can see them body shots have really left a mark on him.
I think it's one of them for Richard. He's only got 2 rounds left. He'll think, I'll get through this.
Yeah. For him, is it just about the paycheck then?
Yeah, you know, I'd say so. He might have turned professional and had a run for it and maybe not sold tickets and thought, you know what, I'll go on the road and see how many wins I get. But then sometimes when you get in a tough fight, you might think, I'd rather not get stopped so I can fight again. So I don't think any journeyman sets out to be a journeyman. I think journeymen become a journeyman.
Yeah. But you've seen guys like William Warburton who were there for the upsets. Like, he's notoriously one of the most attractive journeymen to watch in the sport.
For sure.
He's always there, capable of pulling off an upset.
See, the thing with it, that he will have won and beat a prospect, and the phone would have stopped ringing the next week. People won't want to fight him again. So when you're in there, you're thinking, well, I could win or try and step up the gas now, but why would I? Because my phone's not going to ring.
Yeah.
That might have become his livelihood and his job. So.
Come on, Danny.
Heading into this third round, that's something Danny's got to be aware of. You know, one shot can change a fight, but at the moment it's looking very unlikely that will happen in this case.
Yeah, it is looking unlikely, but you never rule it out. You've always got a chance of getting it. It doesn't matter who you are. So as long as he stays switched on, which it looks like he is, he's keeping the right hand tight after his throw.
But Danny has shown that he can take a shot as well. He had one of the best fights of the year back in 2017, I think it was, against Nathan McIntosh at Bowler's Exhibition Centre. And he's more than shown that he's durable and can take a shot as well.
Yeah, definitely, and his style is very appealing for sure. I watched him against, is it Isaac McLeod?
I think, yeah.
Was it Isaac McLeod, yeah?
Was it the Macron Stadium fight?
Yeah. No, it was, no. Where was it? It was the Super Series show.
Oh, okay.
And it was a great fight, it was toe to toe. And I think Danny hurt him a few times, to be fair. Didn't get the decision that night, but he boxed well. So,
how important is it to show those elements of your game as well? Not only being aggressive on the front foot, but being able to take shots on the back foot as well.
He's going for it now.
Yeah, he's looking for the finish, isn't he?
Since the finish, and I don't think Richard should stay on the ropes, to be honest. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely. To be honest,
nice uppercut.
It looks like he's got no escape in there. Danny's like a swarm all over him at the moment.
And
the ring must feel like a very small place at the moment for Richard.
Danny Craven's perfect to have on a show, especially for Joe Gallagher, whose show it is today.
It's a tactical move, isn't it, putting a guy like Danny to open the show?
Well, this is what you want, isn't it? If you don't know two fighters, they're not, either of the two are very well known. This is what you want to see. You want to see shots being thrown, people taking shots, maybe someone going down. That's what you want to see. So
he's not afraid to drop his guard and go toe to toe.
Value for money, kids coming in for £10, and you've got Danny Craven trying to take some lad's head off. That's that's what you want.
They call him the Tasmanian Devil, and it's definitely an apt nickname for him.
Yeah, great name. Great name.
Based on this performance so far, how far do you see Danny going in the sport? I know it's a difficult fight to assess a fighter's credibility, but what do you make of him?
He's good. His style is very, very action-packed. When more shots are coming back, it'd be nice to see him how he reacts with the defensive work and stuff like that. But he's a hard fight for anyone, no matter who you are. So it's good that Kieran's getting him out, getting a few wins on his record, and instead of just jumping in, taking stupid fights, for no reason, because he's not a bad lad. He's good.
And I think the important is as well, Kieran's keeping him very active as well.
Yeah.
So he's constantly under the lights, constantly experiencing new things.
Yeah, see, Kieran's been great as a promoter. I've seen what he's done with a few of the lads, and I believe the next few years he's gonna be bringing a lot of lads who wouldn't have had opportunities in the sport, like Danny Craven.
You were scheduled to be on the Macron show, weren't you, last year for Kieran's show?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
And Danny was on that as well, wasn't he? Yeah, and we just couldn't get opponents for however hard we try. I think, being with Gallagher's gym and maybe a few of my other fights, they wanted daft money, and then we've said no to them, and then we couldn't find anyone else, and it was just a nightmare. And then so I missed that fight. It would have been nice to fight there, at Macron Stadium. But
would you like to get on one of Kieran's show at some point?
I just like fighting, so I don't care where it is. But
anywhere, anytime.
I think I've got a bit of a plan at the minute where from my last fight in November with Richard Riakopor, I'm trying to get back in the title mix, which I believe I earned and deserved. So I've done the small horse. So it's not saying I'm never going to fight on one again, but I'm ready for the titles now.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
If a title was at Kieran Farrell's show, I don't care whose show it is. It's nothing. But yeah, for sure. Like I just want the titles now. You know, I was. It wasn't meant to be on November, but I did feel robbed for a few weeks, or you know, stole of that opportunity. But I believe in myself, and I know I'll get that opportunity again. So,
how important has the time out been for you, in terms of rebuilding mentally as a fighter as well?
I think when you're starting off, when you're in the fights, you believe in yourself. But until you've been there and been in the big fights, you don't know, do you?
Yeah.
And I went in against probably the toughest fight in the cruiserweight division in Britain, arguably the biggest puncher on paper, and I took it 3-4 weeks notice, and I was up on all the scorecards and most people who was there. So it filled me with confidence. So I took a week off, got back in the gym, and you know, it's put me onto another level now for confidence and mentality going into fights. So
all of Manchester always gets behind you every time you step in there, Sam, as well.
Yeah,
so
it's great, you know, and I think that fight as well, you know, I think I proved a lot of things for what maybe others didn't believe. What's he like when he steps up? Has he got a chin? What's it like when it gets tough? I've proved it all.
Questions answered there.
Oh, nice shot, good left up. Boy.
Bit of confusion there from Richard's behalf. He looked like he was unhappy with something Danny done.
He should never stop.
No.
In the middle of a round, that's how you get knocked out, you know.
It's a Mayweather-Ortiz situation, that, isn't it?
It is. It was exactly like it. Never stop. I think Danny's just smothering his work a bit. He needs to keep staying.
Drops his gum shield.
Gum shield out. I'm not sure if that was tactical or not, but
he's already missing a tooth, Richard. I'm pretty sure he don't want to miss anymore.
Keep that gum shield in, Richard.
Definitely.
Nice, straight away. Didn't want to touch gloves. He wants to stop his Danny, doesn't he?
You just look at Danny's style and you think, how the hell does he manage to do this over 12 round when he steps it up in his career? He's going to be absolutely
I don't
spent.
think he'll be able to do that for 12 rounds, but if he does, fair play. It's good performance from Danny, and to be fair, I think that's what you want, don't you? You know, if you find someone who's lost 36 fights, don't really want to win.
Yeah.
Have a bit of a workout and get a win on your record. And interesting to see what happens next, for sure.
As much as it would have been nice for him to get the finishes, we're sure he'd like that. It's important to get those rounds in, isn't it, at this stage of his career?
It is, definitely. And it's, you know, when you're in there, you want to get a knockout or whatever. But there's been times in my career, quite a few times, where I've purposely not tried stopping the opponent because I knew it wouldn't have had any good effect. One, I needed to get the rounds because I was probably fighting in a 10-round fight soon by. And two, as soon as you start stopping people, the next fight, you're paying more and more money. And because I've been from the ticket sales, I realise how much it actually has an effect stopping opponents. Yeah, clear shutout win for Danny there, 40-36. There we go, good performance. What a tough man Richard is, you know.
Great show of respect there as well. So that was it, Danny Craven versus Richard Harrison.
Good first fight on the card, you know.